5 seconds to go. Start. Sir, in our constitution, we have guaranteed certain rights, and the fundamental rights that are made available to the citizens in India are provided in Part 3rd of our constitution. What are the rights that are made available to the citizens? They are the right to equality before law, right to freedom of speech and expression, to assemble peacefully and without arms, to form association or unions, to move freely throughout the territory of India, to reside and settle in any part of the territory of India, and to practice any profession or to carry on any occupation, trade, or business. And there are certain other rights which are made available to the citizens of India. If we study and examine these rights, I am constrained to say that these rights can be enjoyed by those people who are rich or those people who are having enough to exist on. These rights unfortunately cannot be enjoyed by the poor people. In the other constitutions of the world, there are certain other fundamental rights made available, and those rights are rights to existence itself. It is not mentioned in those constitutions that the right to existence is made available to citizens, but under different headings, those rights are made available. The right to work is made available, the right to shelter is made available, the right to education is made available, the right to medical assistance is made available. These kinds of rights are made available to the citizens in some countries of the world. If we study the American Constitution, these kinds of rights are not made available to the citizens in the American Constitution. The rights which can be enjoyed by the well to do people are available in the American Constitution, but the right which can be enjoyed by the poor people are not made available in the American Constitution. The right to work is not made available to the citizens in America in spite of the fact that even in America there is unemployment. America is a very vast country having huge resources and very limited population, yet the right to work is not made available to the citizens in America. There are so many socialist countries in the world, and in almost socialist countries, the right to work is guaranteed. In China, the right to work is also made available to the citizens. The new Soviet constitution has gone a step ahead and says that the right to work of the choice of the man who wants to work is available to the citizens. In other countries, the choice is not given to the man who wants to work. He can go to the government and ask for a job, and a job is made available to him. He has to accept it whether he likes it or not. But in the Soviet constitution, one can say, I want a job of this kind, and that kind of job should be made available to me, and that kind of a job is given to him under the new constitution in the Soviet Union. But there is one thing which is to be borne in mind when we take these things into consideration. In all the capitalist countries or the countries which are not socialist countries, the right to work is not made available, and in almost all the countries, the duty to work is not made available. There is no duty cast upon the citizens to do their job. But in all the socialist countries, the right to work is given, as well as the duty to work is also cast upon the citizens. Right to work is also related to the duty to do the work in the socialist countries of the world. I have studied so many constitutions of the world in which the right to work and duty to work is given in only one clause itself. The citizens have a right to work and duty to work. In one sentence that is mentioned, even in China, the duty is cast upon the citizens to work. In the Soviet Union also, the duty is cast upon the citizens to work, and if that duty is not done, the right will not be made available. If we study the concept of the right, it cannot exist unless there is a duty on the other side. If there is a duty, there will be a right, and if there is a right, there will be a duty. Now, the Indian concept of the duty and right is something different from the Western concept. The Indian concept starts from the duty and ends in right, and the Western concept starts from the right and ends in duty. I say, as a son, I have a duty towards my father. When I have a duty towards my father, father gets a right as against me. When a father has duty towards a son, son gets a right as against the father. This is really proper. Stop.